A spook is somebody that can be tricked easily, that could be made afraid. And coming out of slavery, what happened was that a lot of people lied to you and they spooked you. They told you things because they was afraid. They were ashamed of what they did. They were ashamed of what their parents did, their fathers, their daughters. So many atrocities, so many things that was done. It was like the picture that they create about the caveman and how the caveman had no morals. And the caveman did anything and everything. And they give you the biblical by William Shakespeare, William and Bill, they call Bill. So you pay Bill's Williams because you took his version of what it is and you became safe, confronted, comforted with the stories, the scripts, and that degree of who you be. And then one came as a translator and he said, well, I'm in the valley of the shadow of death that you call the New Babylon. And in this New Babylon, the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. In this New Babylon, what I will do, I will try to help those who are called the living dead. So this great man took the weight on the world. His job was to translate and bring people back to a better condition. Now this was done many times, and those who didn't appreciate, they wanted more. They called themselves Moors, and they associated with the system of things and went into secret, and their secret became their sacred as they defend for themselves, which is the first law of self-preservation, is defend your own self. But the part of the self that was taught was the self of that which you cannot see. The bypass, the man, the flesh, and go into the energy that we truly are. The soul for some, the soul for most. Solar for others, electromagnetic energy, soul people, chosen people. Many names was given to you, but the translator had a way of doing things like a magician. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. Here we have it, here we won't. So they went around and he taught and he learned. The more he can get, the more he find out, the more he became tainted. But he pressed on. He found himself learning so much of the inequalities of the people that some of it got on him. He tried to retire a couple of times, but his heart wouldn't let him, because he knew as long as he had the breath of life, you have to continue. So the truth, the same truth, was regurgitated, brought back, put it in a different language, brought back, put it in a different language, because the life that most of you wearing is wrong. There's no other way for me to explain it, because I will not be like that and those that was before me. I will let you know what is and what ain't. For I have always been protected. Sometimes I got away from my energy shield and my protection that was perfected for my continuation was those who unknowingly tried to use me in the form of my children, use me in the form of my cousins, in the form of those that was affiliated with the divine of who I am. I give a big up to those who on a physical level truly think that anyone can be your father as a person, as a solid, liquid, or a gas. This is the reason why it was said, thou shalt not call no man your father, because you become eluded in a dense sense of an unreal world, a world that's always passing and changing. But for those of you who looked for the it force, who continue holding on and listening to the spirit that was within them, and did all manner of good for those who hated them, and would not let their tongue speak ill, but showed love, compassion, empathy, and went through the sufferings as those who were considered to be special, called the body of Christ. There's been a lot of talking, a lot of arguing, a lot of bickering, but that's only the confusion. Those who are locked in with a lifestyle that's unreal. But those who hear these words, feel the energy and the frequency that we of the ELOHEEM is on. Some want to call it Anunnaki, and we pass through that stage in the righteous cipher, the original position of life, as was explained by the translator. And now the application of what is, and the reaping and the separating of that which is not tainted shall come to a new reality, a changed reality. We do not want your hip-hop. We don't want your soul music. We will listen, but we will create the new music, ELOHEEM music, ELOHEEM society, a society of intellectuals, a society where there is no hate, there is no color. We will only deal with those by the character that's within and the deeds that they do on a daily basis. And with this, introducing myself, Your Excellency Derek Norman Wade, I-9, Gabriel the 19th from the Order of Gabriel Gabori, big, bigger, and biggest. Welcome